Hello guys and welcome. Today we are here in Project Ascension Bronzebeard Realm, and here I have some few essential add-ons. You guys have been asking me on my comments, with your comments on my YouTube video, which add-ons were the most important for me or which add-ons was I using, so here they are today. Maybe it's easier for me to show everything to you in an alphabetical order first, but the most important stuff, it's all here on this list. Attune of course for attunements, auctionator for auction house, all the good stuff. Atlas loot for the loot of course. Backsort I think and backsearch, these are from Ascension. Cheese is just a proc add-on. This will display visual alerts on reactive abilities, some of them it doesn't work for everything. Chromulant will display the levels for each zone. Collectionator is of course the quality of life add-on. This is the big one, Dominos. Dominos is the one I have for my action bars. You could also have Bartender, but I think Bartender is a little bit heavier on performance. Dominos was super light for me and super easy to configure. Doom cooldown pulse will actually display a pulsing icon when something comes off cooldown, so you always see things that are off cooldown. GTFO, it's to warn you that you are standing on fire. It will alert you with nasty sounds. ID tip is for weak auras. You get the IDs for the abilities that you are creating the weak auras for, and weak auras is another big add-on for me. Ignore more just expands the ignore list, and also ignore more lets you put a reason on why you ignored someone, lets you share the list between all of your characters. Lose control displays the duration of some CC abilities on your character. Mage Nuggets is a mage add-on leftover. Mapster is the one that I use to change the size of the map for myself. OmniCC adds a visual cooldown number on top of every icon that I have on the user interface. Overachiever is another quality of life add-on, like past loot, postal, profession capper. Quartz is the one that I use for my cast bars and my swing timer bar. Sexy cooldown is just this blue bar here that displays the trinket cooldowns. Silver Dragon is my rare spawn detector. Skada is my damage meter. Snowfall Press is to activate an ability when the keys are pressed down instead of releasing the keys back up. The Sound Alerter add-on is very useful if you do PvP, because it will give you an alert when other players are using certain abilities around you. Spy is an add-on to detect other faction enemy players. Tidy Plates is my Nameplates add-on. WIM is Windows Instant Messenger, and it's just a better message tracker add-on. Xpearl is my favorite unit frame add-on, and I really can't live without it. On every version of the game that I play, I must have this add-on. Now I'm going to display some configurations. So I'm here at the dummies so that I can display many of my add-ons working at the same time. One of the things that I love so much about Xpearl unit frames is that the debuffs are highlighted in red and they display way bigger for my own debuffs. So I can see everybody else's debuffs on the target and they will look smaller, like these buffs here. I can track my own buffs and debuffs on my targets really easily because they are this big, but at the same time I'm never ignoring the smaller buffs that are from everybody else's. So if I notice that a Boomkin Druid is not using Fairy Fire on a raid boss and we are missing those 3% crit and hit rating, that can be a useful thing for me to know and to be able to call out. Another thing that you see displayed here is the swing timer from Quartz, and here you can just write -Quartz to open up the configuration. You can also toggle the bar lock, and now you can move the bars around and see where you want to put these bars and everything. Another important thing on the configuration is the Tidy Plates configurations. I'm using the older version because this version is a little bit more lightweight. There is a Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria backport, which is the V6 point something, but the V6 seemed way heavier than this one on my computer, especially on very busy areas. Here you configure both the tank and DPS versions of the Neon, and this basically changes the colors depending on the threat. These are the configurations that I am running right now. Now for the action bars I can write -dom and I'll be able to configure the action bars here. You can also save profiles of your configurations, but here the main thing is that it's very lightweight and very easy to do this. I can also hold shift, press middle mouse to display and hide any bar that I want. You have all these options for the spacing, the padding, the scale, size, and I can also organize the bars a little bit differently. This is not as flexible as HellVY, but this is much easier to configure and much faster, while being also really lightweight. If you notice, on my keybinds I have a grid-like system because I got used to the grid systems from StarCraft 2. To bind keys is very easy because you just activate the binding key system and you can just hover with the mouse on top of anything and just press the key that you want to bind there. The rectangle that I have here, it's because my mouse has these mouse buttons, and so I'm using this grid displayed the same way that the buttons are displayed in the grid in my mouse. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was useful to you. I've tried to comment and reply on all the big and important things that I think you guys have been asking on the comments. If I missed anything, feel free to comment down below and I'll try to reply to it. Please don't forget to leave your likes on the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. I hope you guys have been having fun playing World of Warcraft. Have a great day.